Why don't we live the way we truly want to? Seriously, what stops us from living the life of our dreams? Thinking about my life, I realized that I can only remember a few happy periods. Most of the time, I didn't feel like I was living the life of my dream, even though I had a well-paying job, friends, hobbies, shoppings, and travel. There was always a feeling that something was off. To be honest, I hadn't been enjoying my job for a long time. The city's pace of life, the hustle and bustle, constant stress, and chronic anxiety drained my energy. I experienced frequent bouts of fatigue for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, in my dreams, I envisioned a different life. Quiet, warm, and green place by the sea. Simple life with no rush, no deadlines, and good sleep. And perhaps my life would have remained the same if something terrible hadn't happened. A year ago, war came to my home. In one moment, it turned our life upside down. I lost my home, job, and plans for the future. Hurriedly packing a bag, we left. Then, a month of wandering, fear, and feeling lost. In the end, we found ourselves in a small country on the Adriatic coast, and here we decided to settle for a while to recover and figure out what to do next. Time passed, and I realized that life would never be the same. The horrors I had experienced changed my perception of life, and I felt like I'm done. I could no longer afford to live the way I didn't want to. I no longer want to do things I didn't enjoy, associate with people who weren't right for me, fear the opinions of others, make excuses or postpone life for later, because life is too fragile to be filled with things you don't love. I decided to take a pause for myself. For the first time in my life, I simply allowed myself to live without haste and stress. And I began to fill my life with things that I had so lacked before. These are early rises, sports, reading, drawing, English classes that I have been putting off for so long. I realized that in my previous life I was spending so much energy on things I didn't like, so there was no energy left for creation and joy.
I remember the days years ago that never fade away, and I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song.
Answering the question of why don't we live our dream life and speaking about my experience, I didn't have enough courage and self-belief to make any changes. I was afraid to quit my unloved job, learn new skills, or move to the seaside. My mind was filled with whirlwind of thoughts. What if I fail? What if I get disappointed? What will others say? Looking back, I think I needn't have worried so much. Change is always difficult, but it will certainly lead to inner growth. Now I feel like I just began my life. I still don't get anything how I imagined, but a start has been made. Now I have something to tell you. If you also feel that something in life is going in the wrong direction, have an honest conversation with yourself about what you truly want. And step by step, go to your dreams. It is not necessary to throw everything or quit. You can gradually fill your life with things you love. Life is not only career, wealth, or social status. I used to chase these things. Now I just want to find peace, harmony, and simply happiness. I made this decision because I am afraid that one day I will look back at my life and realize how much time I have wasted. So here I am, trying to make my life better. And maybe it is time for you.